You're listening to Don't IEP Alone with special education advocate Lisa Lightner. For more information about Lisa, the IEP Toolkit, and more ways we can help you in your process, go to adayinourshoes.com. Now back to the show with your host, Lisa.
Hey everybody, welcome again to Don't IEP Alone, my simple little podcast about IEPs and IEP stuff. I'm Lisa Lightner. More information in the show notes. First of all, my book is on sale today. So if you are listening and it's July 8th, please head over to Barnes & Noble because I think it's 25% off. I'm sorry, I'm recording this ahead of time and they told me and I forgot. But they said that it's going to be on sale. So please go order it. It's called Your IEP Playbook. And it's really good. I'm not just saying that because I wrote it. So listen, you're tired, right? I am too. We have IEP meetings and we have doctor's appointments and we have missed sleep and we have fights with our insurance companies and trying to live a normal life, trying to raise non-disabled children with some level of normalcy and pretend that this is all manageable. And I know that the world feels very heavy these days, right? We've done just what we've done. We've managed. We have to advocate. We can't just manage anymore. I put some tough love on the page the other day because, and I don't know how to say this without being a jerk, but I mean it. I'm really going to try. My life is very difficult, and I'm not saying that to complain. I'm not saying that because I think it's a contest of who has it the hardest. But my child is very high needs. He requires one-on-one, constant supervision whenever he's home. And that's not even the tube feedings and the seizures and the behaviors, and it's a lot, right? I don't complain much because I don't know life any different. He's my first child. I don't know what it's like to not parent him or not be a parent, a special needs parent. But despite all of my many challenges, I find time to call my legislators. And I had this conversation with one of my other really politically involved lobbying type friends, Blake. And Blake is very kind and gentle and understanding and put something on her page about, just do what you can. We all have to do what we can and try to make a difference. And I was texting her privately and I was just like, you're too nice. Like, you're too nice. You're too forgiving. We need to suck it up. We need to try harder. And well, I'm doing the best I can. The best that if the amount of advocacy and lobbying that is happening right now, if every single special needs parent says to me, well, that's the best I can do, well, then you need to resign yourself to that. This is the result then, because the best that we can do is not good enough to create change, if that makes sense. And know that I am pointing the first finger at myself because I have slacked off a little bit with, Kevin's hard to take out into public and I don't like to take him on legislative visits anymore and it's too hard. Well, now we have one planned because it's necessary. These legislators need to see our kids. They need to see us. They need to see us face to face. And retweeting and sharing and signing petitions and things like that, it is not enough. We really need to step it up. Special ed and disability supports in this country are under threat in ways we haven't seen in decades. Okay, we're talking about trying to dismantle the U.S. Department of Ed, the Medicaid cuts, the attacks on civil rights laws, and firing all the OCR investigators. This is not business as usual. And we can't just say, well, I just can't do any more. We have to. I'm gently but firmly, you must. Okay? We are watching our public education infrastructure be eroded. Okay? And we have to do better. We have to do more. So one little tip that I want to pass along is when you are calling your senators and your congressmen, if you don't get voicemail, and I know a lot of us are getting voicemail if we get through it all. Some people, though, I'm hearing actually from a significant amount of people that they're getting live people. If you get a live person, ask to speak with the legislative aide in whatever topic area you're calling about. So if it's healthcare, if it's education, Medicaid, whatever it is. So when they say, hello, Senator so-and-so's office, you say, yeah, good morning. I would like to speak to the legislative aide who oversees education, and see what you get. And that person's not available, or okay, can you tell me their name? Can you tell me their email address? The reason being is that every office has staffers, and staffers kind of a slang term, but they have staffers and aides and policy analysts and all this. But these folks are policy experts in a given area. That's what they're paid to do. So if it's Veterans Affairs and defense and the military and world relations and all that, whatever it is, these folks have legislative aides who do nothing but kind of like read, study, develop, write policy in that area all day, every day. And so when it comes to voting on these issues, like, these senators don't know everything about every issue that's out there. They don't. That's why they have giant staffs that do that. But their legislative aides guide them on this. So rather than just talking to some 22-year-old legislative intern who just graduated college, and nothing against them, it's a noble start. A lot of what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of very noble people got their start as legislative aides. There's no shame in it. I'm not trying to shame anyone. But the fact is that all they do is they log calls. They take your name, they take your zip code, they take your opinion, and it goes on a list. And that's about it. Taking it up a notch would be asking for that legislative aid, so that if Senator so-and-so says, okay, now it's time to vote on this Medicaid thing, what do we think? Maybe you can get in their ear, right? Maybe we can get in their ear. Listen, it's hard. It's just what we have to do. We have to step up. What we've been doing is not enough. So sharing concerns on social media is something. Maybe you'll change somebody's mind. I don't know that you will. But please try to find 15 to 30 minutes a week to dedicate to doing more. Okay? So that's all I have today. Please enjoy this week. There is going to be an episode tomorrow about the Medicaid thing and ESY. And I'm sorry if I sound a little disjointed today. It's been a long week here. So anyway, stay cool, stay calm, and we will get through this. Love you guys.
Thank you for listening to Don't IEP Alone with Special Education Advocate Lisa Lightner. We're so glad you've joined us and would love to connect with you outside of the show. For more information about Lisa, the IEP Toolkit, and more ways we can help you in your process, go to adayinourshoes.com. From self-care tips to common IEP mistakes, there's even more to explore. Don't forget to rate and review the podcast and subscribe to never miss an episode. Until next time, don't IEP alone, and you don't have to.